Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I'm doing another flashback favorites, and I know that the last time we did this I had like me watching videos, and videos were up here in one little tiny rectangle of a screen and I was down here in another little tiny rectangle of a screen. And today I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do this different. I'm going to screen record, we're going to watch it together, you're going to see it and then me and then it and then me. I'm going to see how we do. I'm going to see how we do this. I'm not a new YouTuber, but I'm new at some of these things because I've never done these things before the last year or so. So I am going to be going over my 2019 favorites with you. I have 5 videos, 5 videos that we're going to watch together and talk through. And while a lot of my videos are really super long, these ones really aren't, number one. But number two, we're also going to cringe together at young YouTuber Donna, and we're going to speed me up because I like to gab a lot. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. Ultimately, this that I do here, this is my self-care. I enjoy coming out here, curbs the anxiety, it makes the squirrels in my head slow down just a little bit, give me time to breathe and rest without them talking to each other in my head, and I just really like talking about makeup. So this is what I do to soothe my soul. I hope that you find that it also soothes yours, and you'll want to subscribe before you go. With that said, let's roll into this video where we're going to be talking about some flashback favorites from 2019. We're going to go through all the videos of my favorites from 2019. I quit doing favorites videos in 2019 monthly. So this one has a video for January, February, March, April, and then June and July, but then that's it. So after this point, I think we'll just go over my favorites year over year, and hopefully this works out enough that we can maybe get some more of these videos in where I am slamming myself because they're cringe-worthy videos over what I used to be like versus what I am now. I don't think a lot has changed. Y'all have to tell me. Okay, I think I have it. So let's start with faves and flops for January 2019. Let's check this video out. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. So much welcome to my channel. For those of you who are not new, you've seen this hat before. I film in a fishbowl, so basically I'm in a room that is surrounded by windows, and it is freezing in here. You're like, I'm not wearing my scarf, although I'm not gonna kid it, because even with the lights, you would think that the lights, they carry so much heat, and that I would not be freezing, but my fingers, I feel like are going to turn blue. They are so cold. Thank you again for joining my channel. Today is my January faves and flops, and I don't have very many to speak of, not as many as I have had in recent history, so I'm just gonna jump in. We're gonna start with the flops, because that's where we always start. I don't like to end my videos on a negative note, so we're gonna start there. The first thing that I have is kind of new. It came to me, I think, in December, in a haul in December. I can't remember exactly, but it is the Oprah Makeup Fixer. And I really, really, really wanted. So I feel the same way about this setting spray. I did not like this setting spray. It was not good. It did nothing for makeup longevity. And I know that there are so many people that love it. I think I got it in like a boxy or something like that. So I didn't pay for it, but to love this product, and I just don't. I don't really prefer the smell of it. It's got a real weird floral smell to it, which isn't bad in and of itself, but the fact that it also doesn't do anything for my makeup longevity is another. I do, however, love the spritzer on this, so when it is done, it does have a scrubble top. When I am done using it, I feel like because it doesn't do anything for my makeup longevity, I use it because, you know, I love the spray on it, and because it's still really full, but so I use it. But I also go over the top with my Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray because I just feel like that does a better job of making sure that my makeup stays in place all day. These days I would not keep a product in my collection that I did not love using or did not use for its intents and purposes all by itself and had to like use something else to make it happen. That just wouldn't be a thing. I did wear it a couple times on its own without the all-nighter on top of it, and this one just didn't do it for me. I do not really like the smell of it. If you are like super scent.
I also didn't keep the top, which I think I allude to in this video.
Sensitive, then you also probably will not like this, but also it just didn't help the doing. So that one didn't work for me. Oreo Fra, I really do love Oprah's products. I just don't like that. Okay, the next thing I have on here is this Cover FX Blurring Primer. I was on Messenger with a friend of mine, and she was going through her makeup menagerie of products, and she also got one of these. We're both BoxyCharm subscribers. I'm certain she also got hers in a BoxyCharm. What up, JC? But what up, Tristan? That's her baby boy, who I just adore. This is horrible. It is horrible, and I know that I've said this before. I am not a huge fan of blurring primers in the first place. The silicone feeling nature of it just makes my face feel super greasy, and I have super dry skin, so I'm used to a different texture on my skin. So I should have known I wasn't going to like this, but I have tried. This guy is almost gone, and I just really feel like I should just toss it because I don't know that I'll use it up.
I don't remember this primer.
The next thing I have is this, and I'm really sad about this, to be honest, because I really had high hopes for this mascara, and I have noticed that I don't find it laying on my cheekbones, which is a plus for me. A lot of the mascaras that I've tried, that's where it goes, automatically lays on my cheekbones, makes me look like I have Rakuten eyes, and I cannot stand that. This one is actually not one of those kind. It's not in my flops because it doesn't work well for me. It's in my flops because every time I wear it, my eyeballs burn out of my head, and this is the only thing that's changed, so I'm certain it's because of this, but it is the Milk Makeup Push Mascara.
This mascara really did burn my eyes. Let me know if you're out there and you loved this mascara, because I wanted this mascara to work for me. It was such a big thing back then, but it burned my eyeballs so bad.
I really like this mascara, you guys, and this is just a sample size that I got in a believe that's running in my.
Let's move to some favorites. I forgot that I do fails first.
And I am not in, it's a product again that is not in
this is another fail.
Product. It is in my flops because of how this pencil functions. I have to be honest, I really like the pencil. I love the spoolie. The spoolie is a nice spoolie.
$1 Billion Brows brow pencil.
And the color of the pencil is not a bad color. Looks like that. I do use it in the front area of my brows instead of the back area, like the.
Far too warm for me. I would never use that color these days.
The tail of my brows to be a little more. Take this head off now. I'm getting warm. The tail of my brows, I do like it to be a little darker than the front of my brows. Most people like that. But my complaint, and some of my friends will know this because I have notated this complaint on their videos when they're using it.
I think that those two fails, the $1 Billion Brows and the Kush Mascara, come up in multiple Faves and Flops videos from this point forward. Like, I think they're in 3 different videos as a fail. All right, moving to my faves.
So some faves that I had this month are these. This is something that I talked about. I think I hinted last month in my Faves and Flops about this. This is a gentle makeup remover that I purchased to see if I could find a lesser cost works as code product for my Mary Kay eye makeup remover. And while that is not expensive, it kind of is. I guess it's $15. And I think it's 2 ounces, maybe 3. This is 6 full ounces, and it's like $7. So.
I loved this eye makeup remover far better than like this eye makeup remover or like the Lancome one. There's a couple of different like eye makeup removers like that I currently have. I loved this. It didn't burn my eyes. It was really nice to use. It didn't leave behind a film. I don't love that it doesn't have like an easy way to disperse it, which is like first world problems, but this is actually a really great eye makeup remover for the buck, and it was super inexpensive for the amount of product that you got. I just think that I quit purchasing it because I couldn't find it anymore.
This is the Gentle Makeup Remover by Cetaphil. It is an amazing makeup remover. I find that it works just as well as the Mary Kay stuff. See that I've used a ton of it. It works just as well as the Mary Kay stuff. This will probably be what replaces the Mary Kay in my makeup collection. A lot of the reasons why I'm looking to replace my Mary Kay one is because this is easier to come by, to be honest with you. It's hard sometimes to find
easier to come by, and now I can't find it anymore.
It's 10 o'clock at night when I'm taking my makeup off, and then I don't think about it again, but I can't message her at 10 o'clock at night. She's like 80 months pregnant and has a toddler already, so like I can't message her at that time of night, and I don't think about it again until the next night at 10 o'clock when I am taking my makeup off. So this will probably replace the Mary Kay option in my routine. I find that this works just.
I think I talk too much. Like, you didn't need to know all that stuff about my Mary Kay lady.
The next thing I have in here is this. I know I've mentioned this before. I can't remember if I've mentioned it in a Faves and Flops, but I'm going to give it to you this month again, even if I have, because this is the Aromatherapy Associates De-Stress Muscle Gel, focusing and soothing. I got this in a FatFitFun. I can't remember if it came as an add-on or if it was actually in my box as an item in my box, or if I purchased it in
I don't know if this has an expiration date, but I still have, this is the exact same bottle. You can see it's kind of like broken there, but I don't think it has an expiration date, but it's still quite full. I'm not going to get rid of it. It still works really well. It's like mentholated me and just it works really well on my muscles. So I'm not getting rid of it. This isn't really a makeup product, but
but this stuff is amazing.
It's good.
Like mint, like almost icy hot scent to it, which is horrendous, but this stuff works. This stuff works like crazy. So I hold all of my muscle tension, all of my stress, everything like that in my shoulders and my area. And my lady is also a masseuse who is 9 years pregnant. And let's take away all that tension without me actually having to go get a massage or go to my doctor and have her put lighting needles in my back because my muscles are so tense that they feel like rocks. This works so good that I don't have to do that. And sometimes I will put it on and then
I've actually done that multiple times. Lidocaine needles into my back. Feels so good, but they'll only do that if I'm really tense.
I also get crazy migraines, and it has helped me in this last couple months to not actually have to take my migraine medicine as much. I will put this on and just kind of de-stress for. The next thing I have in here is something I have mentioned this-ish before. I got these in a BoxyCharm before, and then I lent it to a friend and never got it back, and so then I purchased a different one. I think this is in a different color, but this is one of the Makeup Geek showstoppers. I couldn't tell you what color this is because that's the one thing I hate about this packaging is it doesn't have the shade on the package at all.
I can't remember what shade that was, but it ended up that those were stains, not like liquid lipsticks. I cannot remember. Those were by Makeup Geek, and I actually loved them a lot. Like, if every liquid lipstick formula came in that way, I would probably have liquid lipsticks and not bullet lipsticks.
But this little guy has lived in my purse. I love that it's kind of flat, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of room in your purse, even though it's white. It's very flat, so it doesn't take up a stain. It's a cream stain, so you put it on. It's super comfortable to wear. It dries down really nice and matte. I'm wearing it actually today, and it doesn't give you that, unappealing dry down or flake off from a liquid lipstick, but it comes like a liquid lipstick. This is what the doe foot looks like. I find that it works really well for putting it on. It just kind of hugs your lip. And
it's a really thin doe foot. There's so much better doe foots out there that I've tried these days, but that one at that point in time was like the best doe foot ever.
And they're not super expensive, which I love. I don't know what the shade of it is, but it's just this perfect nude. It is the perfect nude, and I just love it. The next thing I have is this. It is the Tatcha Silk Canvas, and I just have a little tiny version of this guy. Little itty bitty tiny version of this guy. I have been using this sample for 2 weeks, and I still have enough to do my makeup. Probably, I would say, yes, 3 or 4 more times with that little tiny amount. What I love about this is it smells really good. It's got kind of this
I went on to buy a full-size version, and this has been in my collection for so long. Still smells so good. I've used hardly any of it. It's a really good primer. Do I love it as much as I once did? I don't know if that is... I don't know that that would be an accurate statement, but it is a good primer. And it's just really expensive, so I don't know that I think it's worth it.
Not bad. It is kind of like honey, almost, but not as slippery as this guy is. It has this grippy tackiness to it. I find that if I pat it into my face versus slide it onto my face, and I've tried that with this, just so you all are aware.
Yeah, sliding it onto your face is no good. Don't rub it in. Put just the smallest, tiniest bit, and it comes with the full size comes with a thing. I have it back there, but you just scrape off just until the line on the thing, not even straight across, but just until the line on the thing. And that's all you need to use for your full face. And then, like I said, just press it in versus slathering it on. Does much better.
That it has this nice tackiness to it that creates this beautiful canvas. And it is something that has been being used by me for the last couple weeks, pretty standard. I have is this. This is actually something that's not new to my collection, but it's something that I dug out recently because I was going through my makeup collection to do an inventory collection video, and I kind of forgot I have it. And it is something that has been being used by me for the last couple weeks, pretty standard. And it is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and Soft and Gentle. This is beautiful, and you could use it all over your face for a nice, all over face glow, which I have done before. But if you really go into it deep and put it on your face, it is the highlight that I'm wearing today. It's just a really nice, subtle highlight if you want it to be, but it's
Oh, MAC Soft and Gentle. Such an iconic highlighter. And when I said you could use it all over your face, I truly meant that. Because when I first got it, again, in 2019, I was a little more savvy in makeup, but I got this in 2017 out of a little like mystery box that I bought off of eBay. And I thought it was a face powder. So I put it all over my face. And it was subtle enough that it didn't make me look like a disco ball. But it's a highlight. It's not supposed to be all over your face. It's pretty though. It's very iconic. I no longer have it. I think I decluttered it a couple years ago now because it just didn't suit me for what I was using it for. And also I think I'm no longer getting as tan as I was when I lived in Eastern Washington. So I mean it's kind of deep. It sat on my skin and looked not great as far as the color goes, but also it was really old. So it also just didn't melt into the skin like it once did when I decluttered it.
So very pretty. Let's swatch it. So this is it on my hand right here. And on my finger. You guys, it is just the prettiest lit from within kind of highlight. But like I said, can be used also all over your face for just kind of the everyone just kind of forgot about is another thing in my collection.
I think this is the last thing in this video.
Is this guy. It is the Lisa Frank and Glamour Doll collab in the Bitten and Bronze matte bronzer.
Maybe.
This is what the packaging looks like. And I have been using the poop out of this guy.
Oh my god, that bronzer.
This has been like my...
I loved that bronzer. And that came to me in an Ipsy as part of like an Ipsy thing. I guess they bought this Lisa Frank Glamour Dolls collaboration because Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls did not do anything with, maybe it was Lisa Frank didn't do it. I don't know. I've watched the documentary on it a couple of times. I just think that it was an opportunity that did not happen. But anyways, I loved this bronzer so much. I think it was the first bronzer I ever panned in my collection.
Daily bronzer. And I will go in and kind of almost contour with it as well. And then go in and put some bronzer like all over as well. Like I'm wearing it today. It's just the perfect shade for me. I feel like it goes on and it's not
there's one more thing.
But it's not so pigmented that it goes on and it looks awful. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me. But I find that it provides enough definition for my face.
What is wrong with me?
Contour, which is something that I did. And eating that saves me time in the morning is also in my book. So this has become one of my favorites. It's got this really nice like tone to it. It is really like not too warm, not too. It does look a little orange on camera, but it's not too warm. It's just really, in my opinion.
I mean, looking back, I do think that was really a warm bronzer. And did you see that swatch? That was definitely warm.
Perfect shade of bronzer for my skin. I don't do well with super warm bronzers. I also really don't look good in super cool bronzers. Contours with that super gray undertone don't look great on me. So I have found that this has been like a really good option for me.
Wow, how the tides have changed. Like I use more gray toned in my bronzers these days than obviously I did then. I don't really like the super warm tones, but I think back then too, I really did think that my undertone was really warm, and it is more cool olive. It does have some rosiness to it, but when I get a foundation, it's more neutral olive toned than it is warm toned. And I think that's why I don't really like the warm toned bronzers anymore. I do think that I look better in gray toned.
But also it's just really pretty to put all over my skin after.
And also look how warm my camera settings are.
It's not that orange on my face. I don't know why it's so orange on camera. So the last thing that I want to talk about is actually kind of a shocker to me. I have to be honest. I put this item into my...
I remember this thing that I'm about to talk about.
Middle matte. So tiny writing, I cannot even read it. It's a blush by Peak, and this is what the packaging looks like. It is just a little tiny guy. I think it's a sample that came somehow. I can't remember exactly. Oh, I think it's a sample that came in a bird box that I unboxed that a friend of mine gave me. This is what it looks like. It is a cream blush. If you had told me even 3 weeks ago that if I used a cream blush, I would love it. I would love it. But this guy.
I mean, case in point in how what you love about certain things changes, how your tastes change. Like I just said, if you had told me 3 weeks ago that I would love a cream blush, I would laugh at you. I love cream blush. Cream blush and bronzer is like literally a couple of my favorite things. I do put a powder over the top of them, but I don't know anybody that doesn't really. But during the summertime, I don't. Like I will just wear them themselves. So yeah, that Peak blush was actually part of a whole, like, there was this makeup collection that I ended up getting from FabFitFun at one point in time that was all by Peak, and it was like this palette that had these little individual makeup pieces that you could put it kind of like it reminds me a little bit of like the MLM Saint and how they have these little like pieces that you stick into like the components. That's how this was, but it was like eyeshadow components that stuck into this palette, and you can put blushes in there, and you can put it was very interesting. If I could find a picture of it, I'll get it in here. But that was the end of favorites for that video. Let's go to February. Oh, the thumbnail. We're not really in this.
Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. So happy to have you here. And for those of you not new, hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming.
It's crazy to me that I had been on YouTube for 2 years and was still so awkward on camera. Am I still that awkward? I'm going to turn myself on 2x speed. And I always started these with my flops, and we're not really here to talk about flops, even though I think that they could probably tell a story. We're going to fast forward through those.
The glitter doesn't appear on your eyes, so I don't know where it goes exactly. The only one that I was really able to get a good fair amount of pigmentation out of.
I'm going to pause right here. Smashbox cover shots. Who remembers those? Who remembers those and liked those? Like, I think I tried 5 different cover shots, and I think that every single one of them were bad. This one was by far the worst. I think this one was called Cabana Shot or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, I don't know what it's called, but that one was really bad. Let's see if I can find favorites.
Because this is actually a really good liquid light.
Okay.
Favorites, and I think the first one I want to talk about is this, and I think I want to talk about it because I'm pretty sure I put it into my fails last month, and I feel kind of like Dingus for doing so.
I didn't put it in my fails.
Oh, and kind of like an ass, because this is actually a really good liquid liner. I use it today. I've been using it every day for my eyeliner, and it is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Eyeliner Pencil. You guys know that if I have an assumption about something and feel like it's one certain way, if I change my mind about it, I will come back to you and let you know. This is what the pen portion looks like. It's not a bad pen portion. It does get a really tight line up there. I think that the reason why I didn't like it initially is because it was new. I didn't feel like it was as black as I wanted it to be, and it is a felt tip line. And I'm used to brushes. I'm used to a brush tip. I have found that I really quite enjoy this. I don't think it would ever replace my Holy Grail It Cosmetics Superhero Liquid Liner. I don't think it would ever replace that, but it is a good second place.
I forgot about the It Cosmetics Superhero Liquid Liner. I really like that one, but I think I really like that one because of the component of it and how it was shaped. It just sat in the hand really easily. I remember this pen. I liked this pen. I still am not a super friend of a felt tip for my eyeliner. I mean, I have several eyeliners that I've used in the past that are felt tips, and they're okay. Like, I don't necessarily not get along with felt tip liner. I just like a brush one just a little bit better.
I've been using it every single day, and I feel like an asshole for saying last month that I hated it. The next thing I have is this. It is the Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm by Pharmacy. I got this, actually, my mom subscribes to BoxyCharm as well, and I did not get this in my BoxyCharm, but she got it in hers. And she tends to give me a lot of the stuff that she gets in her BoxyCharm because she loves me so very much, and because she doesn't use a lot of it, and won't use a lot of it. So she did give me this, and I am so very appreciative. This stuff smells a little bit like mentholatum, which is a little off-putting, but I need to remember to breathe.
I still do that. Breathe, Donna. That Pharmacy Green Clean is real good. For a long time, it's the only balm cleanser that I wanted to use, but it is kind of spendy, honestly. And when I started working for Ulta, I was getting the Clinique stuff for free, so that takes the day off balm, so I quit using the Green Clean, but it's really nice. I do like it a lot.
When I was speaking, because I forget green. And it is green, which is also a little off-putting, but it's called Green Machine, so go on it. For a while and hated it, and most of the reason why I hated it is because I felt like it was still messy, because you had to wipe your face, and then you had to go on with the balm, and then you had to wipe your face again, and then you had to go on with the top. And then it didn't clean very well. This doesn't do that. This actually, I feel like I take just the smallest amount and put it into my fingers, rub it together, and put it on my face, and it cleans. And because but I do know that it feels a little bit tingly on your skin, and makes your skin just feel clean, and it literally is clean. I've got the next thing I have is this, and this I got many moons ago. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about it before in Faves and Flops, maybe last winter or right after I started YouTube. And this is the Cocoa Magic Coconut Oil Hand Cream, and I got it at TJ Maxx for like $3. I don't even know, like literally had never even heard of this brand before when I purchased it.
Really great hand cream. I liked this hand cream a lot, actually. And that little tiny thing was actually quite thick and it lasted forever. Really great find at TJ Maxx if you can still find it at TJ Maxx. We don't have a TJ Maxx around me necessarily like we did when I lived in Eastern Washington, so I hardly ever go to TJ Maxx anymore.
But this says it's ultra hydrating for rough dry skin, and I really feel like it is. I don't know if you guys can see, but like my arms are super, super dry from the chemicals at work that we have to deal with, and my hands get super dry, and I will come home and lather this all over my arms and my hands, and it keeps them from cracking and bleeding. Like I didn't hit my arms soon enough for this right here. It got all kinds of like textured and itchy and eczema.
This is still when I worked at Starbucks. I hadn't started working at Ulta yet.
But I'm willing to spend more than that. I mean, it's amazing, but I'm cheap. The next thing I have along those same lines is this. It is the Coconut Naturally Smooth Lip Balm by Guess 2. I think I picked this up at Walmart. It's got a nice like oval shape to it. It keeps my lips super, super
I like
hydrated
that
during
lip balm
this
too.
winter when I'm not wearing lipstick, which I don't do often because I freaking hate lipstick because I am a mess with lipstick. Even though I have 900,000 lipsticks in my collection, I use this lip balm. I would use other lip balms, but some other lip balms that I do have in my collection tend to like make it so much, and I had not tried just cold and snowy. The next thing I have is this. It is my Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick. I'm not his biggest fan. Let's just go there. He cracks me up sometimes, but I'm also not his biggest fan. That's okay. I don't have to be. I do love his product, though. His liquid lipsticks are amazing. And this one...
His liquid lipsticks are really amazing. Like, I will continue to stand on this hill and say that he has the best formula for liquid lipsticks. Like, they're just so comfortable and easy to wear, and they don't, like, sink into the like maybe chappedness of your lips. I did get these in some kind of like mystery box kind of thing, and 2 of them, and both of them came with the same exact stuff in it. So this lipstick was one of the things that came in that box, and amongst other liquid lipsticks, but this one specifically was my favorite. It's called Delicious, and it was this really beautiful like grayish kind of purpley color, and so pretty. And back then I used to wear a lot more vampy lip colors than what I wear now. These days I would never put that on my lips, but it was good in the moment.
It happens to be my favorite. It is in the shade Delicious, and I love it. I love it so much, and I had not tried Jeffree Star anything until, you know, Christmas time, I guess, when I got, I think Black Friday I got one of his mystery boxes. I got 2 of his mystery boxes, actually. The same thing in both mystery boxes, which kind of pissed me off. But I've been using the other one as giveaways. I gave like a highlighter to a friend of mine. I gave some lipstick to my daughter. Love this shade. I am really kind of a browns and taupes on my lips kind of person, and this is the perfect Ciate London Wonder World. It is the Ciate London Wonder World mascara. I believe I got this in an Ipsy. It's not a bad mascara. It's kind of right in between super wet and super dry, which is my perfect mascara formula because
I don't even remember this mascara.
And this is like a rather inexpensive
When I watched this
kind of midline mascara, and it's not a bad mascara.
When I watched this video earlier, I was like, I don't remember that mascara. And then I think the last thing I talk about in here, makeup wise, is that
and this is what it looks like. This is the packaging. You just
pink
out, like old school, like
blush
and this
all
is
over again.
The blush. So you guys, I have to
I think this is part of the reason why I quit doing favorites videos, is because they just seemed redundant. Okay. I've been gone actually. Oh. This is my glasses. Me with my glasses. So you can see my makeup behind my glasses. I thought about doing a video about that once, but I'm going to take my glasses off now. I cannot stand the glare that happens when I am recording with my glasses on. So you guys don't see me with my glasses on. I don't love contacts, so they bother my eyes. Maybe I should think about them again. Last time I tried them was like, I don't know, 10 years ago. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. Let's get back to recording this. The break was quite a bit longer. My card was full, so I had to go empty the cards.
So the last thing I want to talk about is some tools, actually.
Tools.
The first tool I want to talk about is this one. It is an e.l.f. brush. I'm not even sure what brush it is, but it looks like this, and it is flat.
I still have that brush.
And I never really used it until recently. Recently I've been using it just because it's quick. It is so quick. I've been using it a lot for contour or bronzer, so I put my brush into my bronzer and then just go along my hairline and then into like the areas that you might contour, and it just takes like 5 seconds to get it all done. And I think it's because the brush is so big, it just like Yeah, you guys, it is the easiest brush to use for contour that I have ever come across. And super quick.
Still have it.
And my contour in like 5 seconds.
Don't use it anymore. I do remember using it and loving it a lot.
And I've never used it. The next thing I have is this. It is a Luxie 732 Airbrush Foundation Brush. I think I talked about this before, but you guys, this is the perfect foundation brush. I don't know if you can see, but there's this.
I love those. I love that brush. I love Luxie brushes. I have a plethora of them that I received in like BoxyCharm, FabFitFun, and all the things. But I've never bought specifically Luxie brushes, but I would replace this brush. I think the only reason why I no longer have it is because it didn't hold up very well. I wash my brushes after every use, and it didn't hold up very well to the amount of times I like to wash my brushes. This brush was a favorite anyway. And I think that Luxie brushes, I still have a ton of Luxie brushes in my collection. They're really good brushes.
Little like ergonomic divot for your finger to go into, and it is perfect for just buffing in foundation, and it really does make your foundation look perfectly airbrushed. It is super dense. It's got dense bristles, and they're nice. And this isn't necessarily flat. It's kind of domed, just a little bit, but not necessarily a lot of it. So there's not like these areas where it touches that are more diluted than other areas. This is an amazing line. I actually got this in a BoxyCharm, and I think recently got a contour brush from the same line from Luxie in an Ipsy that I've yet to use to my liking, so I don't really have an opinion on that, but this is my everything.
I don't really like the contour brush as well as this foundation brush.
Foundation brush. It replaced the Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge in my routine, and I love it. And the last tool that I want to talk about, these are actually, I think, the same.
I have these still.
Tools I also got in a BoxyCharm. They came in a set of 4 and were the inspiration for me purchasing a couple of other smaller brushes. These are the Luxie. This one up top is the mini round brush, and this one on bottom is the mini flat angled brush.
I still have these brushes.
My go-to brushes for detail work in my eye, and like I just don't think that I can perform my makeup without them anymore. I use them a lot. I've switched up how I do my makeup a lot lately, but I will use them in my brow bone because they're small enough. I will use them to get on top of anything that I lay down in the crease. If I just want like a tight color above it, I will use one of these. I use it in my outer corner. Yesterday I was wearing a makeup look that I used.
I still have these brushes, use them a lot, mostly for inner corner or waterline work, because they're short and stubby and, I mean, really dense. But yeah, I still have these brushes. I love them a lot. So that is it for February. Now we're gonna go to April's video, which was March's. Hi YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. And for those of you not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and support my channel. I appreciate you all so very much for clicking on the video. I know that you don't have to, so it warms my heart so very much that you do. Today I am doing my March face and flops, and to be honest, I've got not very many products in here. I'm really super excited about the flops this month because there's not very many, and at this point I believe I had started my job at Ulta. So I am now working at Ulta. I believe I have fake nails in this video because I could now because I no longer worked at Starbucks. I really feel like they're genuine flops, and for one of them I'm so disgusted. So I'm gonna start with flops because you'll know I don't like to end my videos on a crazy negative note. So the first flop I have, we're gonna move to favorites. I don't know, but it was awful. Yeah, those are gel nails. Alright, so on to past all the flops. So first of all, I'm going to talk about this because it kind of surprised me. It is the Morphe blush palette. I talked about this before. This is the Morphe blush palette, and this one is, I think, Cool's. It's the 8C Cool Pro. I believe I talked about this before. This came with me in all of my travels over the last several weeks, and I found it to be pretty amazing. It had any blush I wanted in it, and I didn't have to bring along any other blushes. As a matter of fact, not a big fan of Morphe, we all know that, but this blush palette was actually perfection. I loved this so much. I think I had it in my collection for so long. I don't even know why I no longer have it in my collection. It may be right now in my brain hitting in the I decluttered it and I'm sad I decluttered it moment kind of mindset. That's a beautiful picture of me. My first trip out, I did bring along a couple other blushes that I was super comfortable with and didn't even touch them. So this one here is a really pretty kind of like rose gold colored blush, and this one here is actually a beautiful like natural looking blush. The rest of them are here or there, they're pretty blushes all around. I used this one, and this one the most, and I didn't find that there was a problem with their longevity. I found that they were super pigmented. I love them. I don't know why I recorded in the past. I feel like I talked about that before. With just my head, like that seems very strange. This month, and you might be able to tell once I open it, is this Winky Lux Strobing Balm in Radiant Pink. This is what it looks like. And then you just open it up. It is rather difficult to open, if I'm being honest. You open it up, and this is the product, as you guys can see. I remember this. I've used this product
It is used up. The saddest part about this is I think I started using it in February, like a few times towards the end of February, but all of March I use this almost every single day. It was so pretty, and I got so many compliments. And because it's a cream formula, it's just super natural, and I found it really easy to apply and blend. So I used it all the time. As a matter of fact, in all my videos over this last month, I'm wearing this highlighter. That is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just such a natural,
really beautiful, natural, like pinky type of highlighter. And I kind of swayed towards pinky highlighters anyways. That was the first one that I think the first highlighter I had ever used that was more of a balm highlighter. I do not, as much as I love cream bronzers and cream blushes, I'm not a big fan of cream highlighters. Why I like that one so much, I will never know. But it really was pretty, very, very subtle and natural.
The next thing I have in here is this. This actually kind of surprised me. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. So I used this once a few.
I used to stand to do these videos too. That behind me is a backdrop, and I used to stand in front of the camera with the backdrop behind me. So that's why I'm moving all around. Now I sit. I still move a lot, but you know, my hands move a lot, not my whole body, and that's driving me bonkers. This foundation, I don't love Tarte foundations at all. Pretty consistently, I do not like foundations from Tarte. I liked this one for this video clearly, but I don't remember this foundation being all that. And maybe it's because I really didn't wear foundation a whole lot up until like probably this 2019 year. Prior to that point, I think I had Too Faced Peach Perfect and loved that foundation, but it was super natural. This really wasn't all that natural, so I don't know why. Honestly, it's in the favorites for me.
A few months ago when I first purchased it, I think I got it in October when I did a Tarte special. You purchase, 7 full-size items for $64 or something like that. I used it once. I hated the doe foot applicator on it because it's huge.
I still
This is what it looks like.
hate foundations that come this way.
And I didn't like the way it made my skin look. But because I have so many foundations in my collection, I think I have like 5 or 6, which is a small collection compared to some. I use the foundations that I don't particularly love on days that I'm not really going anywhere, days that I just want to play with makeup, those kind of things. I needed to record last weekend, and I used this on one of the days that I was recording, and I absolutely loved the skin that it produced. Not the skin that it produced. I loved the way my skin looked in it. So, and I really love it. Okay, so it's never going to be my holy grail foundation, but I really did like the way it makes my skin look. This is a really, really good foundation. It's one that I didn't really give a chance at first, or really hated at first. With that being said, I still
Don't listen to a word I'm saying.
The next thing I have is this. It is the Ciate Wonder Wand mascara. It looks like this. This is also in my empty video because it is an empty mascara. The reason why it's an empty mascara is because I got it about 3 months ago.
I talked about this in the last video.
It is the mascara that I have been reaching for. I will top another mascara with this.
Again, redundancy in these, which is part of the reason why I stopped doing favorite videos. Okay, here's a new product. Oh, I loved these.
So these are awesome. These are the shit. Have you guys used these yet? If you have, let me know what your feelings are about them. So
I loved these products.
On one end, you have a pencil.
Do they still have them?
Brow pencil. It's like the micro tip, so it's super skinny, and you can carve out your brows and get really good at doing your brows. The other side of that is a pen, like an eyeliner, but so thin and precise, and just works really well to create hair-like strokes. Like, I wasn't being super precise, but that's what it looks like. If you are gentle about it, it really does produce hair-like strokes and looks just amazing. The one thing I got Cafe Kitty, and I think next time I might get a darker shade. I don't know, this name doesn't seem right. Anyways, this is the Brow Endowed, and that is the shade I got. I don't even know what that says. It's like R-E-R-N-O-W. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, this guy is also really amazing. And
they still have the brow blade.
That you don't really want to do your brows are kind of in a hurry. So the primer end, it's got a primer end and a color end. I don't know if you guys can see that. The primer end is just a wand. Really
$28.
And it is a colored primer. But the colored primer goes away when you use the colored end of this product. So the colored end of this product has color on it. For some reason, my wand is really blunt. I think I jammed it into the tube one day without even thinking, but so this is the color end, and as soon as you put the color over the top of the primer color goes away. Even if you don't put the color on top of the primer changes to like a clear color anyway, but your brows don't go anywhere. You comb those through, super quick, super easy, and your brows stay plucked. They go nowhere. The only thing I don't like about it is they kind of almost feel crunchy a little bit, but I have found that if you go over the top of them with another spoolie, that they don't have that crunchy feeling to them, so.
Duh.
For the month of March. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to know more information about any of these products, let me know. What were your faves and flops this month? If you have a video out there, let me know. I will probably go watch it. Some of you, I'm trying to catch up on watching yours. But if you have a video out there and you're not sure if I'm going to make it over.
It looks like they still have the brow blade, but they don't have the brow endowed still. Which makes a lot of sense, honestly. I like the brow blade much more than the brow endowed, but also like that brow blade was really nice. It's $28 though, and I also really like the precisely, and I know I can count on the precisely, so I won't switch that up. But happy to see they still have them. This one, which is for April's favorites, I smell bacon. I think the love of my life is cooking BLTs.
Hi guys, welcome back to my
Oh
channel.
yes, I definitely worked at Ulta.
My name is Donna, and for those of you not new, you know my name. Thank you so much for continuing to come back and support me. Hi, how you doing? I hope that everybody is doing well today. Today I am bringing you my April faves and flops. I have great news.
I think I need.
Flops this month. There wasn't a product that
I think I need to try this hair color again. What do y'all think?
That I hated. There wasn't anything that I used that I thought broke me out.
I had it shaved all the way around. So I had an undercut. I remember this. I loved this hair.
I mean, looking around even, I don't see anything. I do have kind of a nice jumble of stuff here. So some products that you don't typically see in a box. And previous to receiving this in my box charm, I was carrying a really hard bound makeup bag. I don't like into my check bag because I've seen how they handle check bags and it's atrocious. If you ask me, and I don't want my stuff broken. So I try to put my makeup into my carry-on. The next thing I would say that became a lifesaver for me is this guy. So this is a Luxie brush container that I got with some Luxie brushes in it from the Fat Fun Edit sale.
This broke for me like about a year ago at this point, but I used that every single time I went out of town and to hold my brushes, and I loved it because when I was in a hotel room, like I would pull it apart, right, and one side would have my clean brushes and the other would have my dirty, and by the time I went home, like almost all of them were dirty brushes, right? So then I would just put them in, the clean brushes would go in a different bag. I loved this thing and searched high and low for another one just like it when it broke, and I couldn't find one. You can find brush belts all the time and like roll up brush containers, but I couldn't find another brush hard like canister container for brushes. I really liked it a lot.
And it was kind of expensive. Even in the edit sale, it's organized in my bag. In addition to that, this did go into my check under immediately. So
look at my eyebrows. What is with that one eyebrow?
In addition to that, like, it kept my brushes safe. And
look at this. Look at this eyebrow. What is going on here? There is no tail on that eyebrow. Why?
Not this Gold Lust Dry Shampoo. I think this has been in a favorites video before. Not this.
I love Orbe Gold Lust Dry Shampoo. Still like it. Still would use it. It was such a good dry shampoo.
The suggestion is not to wash your hair very often when your hair is colored like this because obviously the color fades faster when you're using these kind of colors on your hair. This dry shampoo has become a lifesaver for me because feel like I look like I had clean hair throughout the entire 7 days of that. I can't go 7 days. So
I now like wash my hair once every couple of weeks.
Even when I haven't washed it in a couple of days. So it's my favorite dry shampoo. It also doesn't leave behind that like white cast that you see from a lot of dry shampoos. It also smells so good. The next thing I have is this guy. I don't know if you guys have a brush like this, and it does have like hair in it. Still have that brush. Intuition, like,
it's in my bathroom. Love that brush.
It is a wet brush. So with that being said, just looking at the back of it, it moves to accommodate your head, and instead of pulling at your hair, it just glides right through your hair. And it's made for when you're brushing your hair when your hair is wet.
Oh my god, I love this hair color on me.
Well, I don't put heat on my hair. I don't put heat on my hair because I just don't. I don't know how to blow dry it properly, and my hair can't hold a curl for poop because it's super thick. So I don't put heat on my hair. So when I'm running a brush through my hair is still typically very wet because I had just gotten out of the shower or whatever. You just saw me run it through. It's dry, so it works well dry, but this works amazing on my wet hair. I always found that when I was brushing my hair when it was wet with the previous brush that I owned, it was pulling at my hair and pulling it out and sometimes breaking my hair off. So I had all these little like stringies of hair where my hair would have broken off. But this doesn't do that. It just glides right through. It feels good on my head. It kind of feels like
this hair color, you guys, took me 9 hours in the salon. Because the hair color previous to that and for 20 something years previous to that was box dye, and box dye is no good for your hair, just saying. So getting all that out and like making my hair healthy and making my hair this color, it was 9 hours in the chair. I'm just fantasizing over this hair.
And it uses more because I had a lot of fun with this palette. It just has 9 shades in it.
This was a favorite palette for me for a very long time. I think I recently...
Because there are only 9 shades. It is a little monochromatic, so it looks like...
I think I recently decluttered it.
But I can come up with some pretty stunning looks with it, and I found that I could use...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I recently decluttered that palette, but it was a good palette to me. I enjoyed it. I think it's what's on my eyes in this video.
The next thing I have is this, and it is almost gone, so hopefully you guys can see that that is almost gone. I have used the poop out of it over the last month. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and while I did not think I loved this at first, I actually find that it did wonders for me for my longevity, my makeup application, because I would spray it on, put on makeup, and then spray it on to set it as well. It was 16-hour wear. I feel like that is correct. While I do not think that it will replace my all-nighter, my Holy Grail.
I don't remember much about the Make It Last setting spray. I don't love a dewy setting spray, so I don't know why I liked that one so much. I have tried Milani setting sprays since this point, and they're neither here nor there for me. I don't remember anything about them.
Sculpting concealer. This one is in the shade Swan. So it's a little bit light for me, but I still found that it worked really well. And when I just put it under my eyes and down the center of my face.
The Too Faced concealer that I'm talking about right now was actually a friend of mine got a whole PR package from Too Faced, and this was one of the items that she gave me out of that. She got all of their concealers when they came in, and she gave me that one, and I really actually loved it, and it lasted forever. And this was a point in time in my life where I wasn't using a whole lot of foundation, so I would use that.
Mascara. It is the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. This is the container of it. Not only is it pretty, but I love the one on it, and I love just the effect.
I don't remember that mascara.
I find that it is not a super big one, so like I'm not going towards my eye and freaking out just a little bit because this giant thing is coming towards my eye. What I don't like about it.
Clearly, I didn't wear mascara very often back then, but I don't remember that mascara at all.
Putting on my eyeliner and my mascara, then going in and finishing with like my blush, my highlighter.
Except for the pretty component.
With the setting spray being wet and that mascara being, this one I just picked up because it was sitting on, it was in the impulse fixture on the cash register. It doesn't really make them look super thick, but it makes them look longer and more spread out, and I like that in that formula. The last thing I have here is this set of skincare products that y'all know that I love, and I'm trying to.
I love this skincare.
Add and pick up a set that had this in it and 2 other items. So I've been using this again, and I love this moisturizer. I will continue to repurchase it as long as I can. It now kind of fits really nicely into my budget, even at full price. But I did pick this up in a set, and you get this and 2 other items that are almost the same size as what they come full price at. So this is the full price, size, and then this is also, I think this is half the full price size, and this is half the full price size. But these 2 items you don't use very much of, so they can last you for a very long time. This is the Rakuten MD Deep Crease Serum in that same line.
So the reason why I keep saying in that same line, I'm going to put a picture of it up here for you guys. It's like glutamate, blah, 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 something. I really think that it is the reason why I have these like deep 11 creases in my forehead, right? And I had melasma all along like my temple area here. I had melasma on my upper lip. This skincare specifically from Rakuten MD really helped to, number one, take care of, they're still there, let's be honest, but they're not nearly as visible as they were before I started using this skincare. And I also feel like my melasma is no longer a problem and hasn't been since I used this product. I think I used that moisturizer solidly for 2 years, and it's an expensive moisturizer, but I used it solidly for 2 years before I started using something else, and I no longer ever can see, like even when I have no makeup on my face, the melasma on my upper lip or my temple area. Also feel like the 11s that I have right here, crease wise, are so less visible than they were when I started using that skincare. As a matter of fact, the
Skincare system, I think that
Rakuten MD guy was at the GMC, the FLC conference that we had this year, and I walked up to him and told him that same thing. He put me into like a video that they showcased on their website for quite some time.
This month. I'm glad I didn't take something with me for a week at a time, but I absolutely afford using. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this.
Okay, and that is it for May, and then the last one is this one, which is June and July's from 2019, and then I have some like Best in Beauty and whatnot, but I quit doing the like monthly favorites at that point. Okay, these are the fails. What is going on with my hair? That was the worst foundation stick. Worst foundation ever.
But not on your cheeks and here, but not on your chin, and not on your nose. At one point in time, I actually had somebody, my daughter, I think, came to visit me at the store, and I was wearing this with the foundation. Yes, I was wearing this foundation, and all the foundation that had been on my nose had found itself into like the center of my nose, and that's just where it was. Everywhere else on my nose was completely gone, and it was red because I don't. So some things that I loved over this last couple months.
Okay.
This is the Bubble and Bumble Don't Blow It Fine Hair Styler, and how you use this is you put it into your hair when you get out of the shower after it's towel dried, and you don't actually. This is made for people who don't blow dry their hair. I never blow dry my hair. I don't put heat on my hair at all. I want to start using a flat iron.
I still have this. I still like this. It works really good. I don't use heat on my hair still. Because of the color, but also because I just don't know what I'm doing with a hot tool. So one thing I'm noticing though about this video is like I am having a hard time keeping the products that I'm talking about in screen.
I would replace it over and over and over and over again. I think this is
Orbe dry shampoo again. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
And you guys, I kind of did this. This is a little tiny sample version of it. I didn't
Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. I went to Sephora with a friend of mine. Maybe it was during FLC. I cannot remember that part. But I got this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip primer because it had been talked about all over the place. And it was really good. I really liked it.
I'm just going through right now that I won't be doing it anytime soon. The next thing I have is this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airless. I got this problem. I was going to talk about this too. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in medium. This is what
I love this powder. I actually got another powder. I don't love like loose powders, but I do like pressed powders. That one would happen to be my favorite, but I ended up getting this number 7 one because it's supposed to be like a dupe to it. It is what I'm wearing underneath my eyes today. I think that it's microfine, much like the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. I just don't think that there is another powder like that one that is. Oh, I think I probably just broke that powder into 100,000 pieces because it just fell onto the metal part of my table. Right here, you guys can see I'm talking about that Peak blush again, and I think that you can see from January to June, this is what it looked like. I have used the poop out of this blush, so I mean, it truly is a product that I used over and over and over again. Anyways, that Charlotte Tilbury powder is a great powder. I would definitely recommend it. It's a favorite of pretty much everybody on the platform. I bought that number 7 thinking it was its dupe, but I'm not sure it's its dupe.
this is the only brow product I use currently right now. On every
Give me
basis.
brow.
I love this stuff. The spoolie on it for the brows is just so tiny, and really, it's all I need. It's all I need. As long as my brows are getting
I
done,
still have. It's a different one.
It's easy to put on.
It's a different one, but I still use that. I love that.
This is a Too Faced mascara melt off. So I've been wearing a lot of waterproof mascaras lately just because that's what I have in my.
I had this in my collection forever. This is basically just like a oil on a, like there's not even a spoolie on it. It's just like I'm showing you right there. It's just a stick. And you just put it on your lashes and the mascara just comes right off. I love that product, but there's not a whole lot. Pause. It's not a product that you can't reproduce with just about any like oil kind of eye makeup cleanser. You just put some on your fingers and kind of go across your lashes with it, and it does the same thing. They no longer sell this, and that's probably why.
Started using a primer for my lashes. This one is that I've struggled with keeping mascara on my lashes and not on my cheeks, with it flaking off, with it just getting all over my face, and with also my lashes not taking to a curl or just not really loving mascara. Since I started using a primer for my lashes, this one in particular, they've gotten so much better, and I've not seen the problems that I've had with mascara in the past with it landing on my cheekbones or flaking off. I've not seen that problem since I started using a primer. I do have a couple more primers in my stash.
I still
So I will use
use
those as soon as this one's up.
a mascara primer. I swear by a mascara primer. I love mascara primers. That one's just the L'Oreal one.
Well, and it looks like this,
And
some like mascara
it's
in there.
good.
This
It's
is
just
for your lashes after you put the mascara on to comb through your lashes. So
not
mascara is
the one I
this
like
has
to
saved
use.
my life. Well, not my life. I mean, that's a little dramatic. But
I still have this guy. I think it's in my drawer back here. I really do like it for combing through your lashes after you put mascara on.
my lashes with this tool right after I put that mascara on, and it took those clumps out, which was
My camera died, and all you guys missed was me talking about these kind of headbandy things and how they help you keep your hair out of your makeup. Like, who did I think I was?
These are the NYX Soft Matte Cream Liquid Lipsticks, and I want to say, you guys, that I love
Those are nice.
The best form of liquid lipstick. The only thing I can say is that they're superb. I mean, it is not fantastic, but because there's...
The longevity isn't great. The doe foot is really tiny and pokey, but other than that, those are so comfortable to wear, and I liked them a lot. A lot like the buttermilk glosses, I think they were called.
I did pick it up at TJ Maxx. They were, I think, a little old by the time I picked them up. I remember them being for sale at Christmas before, and I think I picked them up in like... So the next thing I want to talk about is this. It is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Yours Selfie Longwear Foundation and Concealer. I love this foundation. I love this so much that it might replace my...
I did like this foundation a lot. It was made famous by Raw Beauty Christie. She's the reason why I purchased it. You could open it up. It had a doe foot in the side of it. Yep. So you could use it as concealer. And I mean, you can do that with any one of the foundations in your collection. Just use a different apparatus to put it on, right? I did love that foundation though. It was full coverage. I think that's wild to me because I don't love full coverage, but that was a really full coverage foundation. Covered everything, but also felt really natural on the skin. I would repurchase that. It's by Pure. I would repurchase that for sure.
And it's a little more dewy than I tend to go for. So if you're really into like a good dewy high coverage foundation, you'll an experience and then this kind of idea of things. So I picked this up and brought it over here because I wanted to remind myself to talk about it. It's not this one in particular, but it is balm cleansers, which this is. I have realized over the last couple months that I really, really love a balm cleanser.
I think we just talked about that. I love the Green Machine by Pharmacy, but after starting to work at Ulta, I started getting like Clinique Take the Day Off all the time, and balm cleansers are just amazing for being able to put all over your face without it bothering your eyes and getting the hard makeup off. I have even went as far as a person came in who was into theater and was looking for a cleanser to be kind to their skin, but also take off all the makeup from theater makeup. And I sold them one of those, and they came back and bought, after using it the first time, came back and bought like 5 more just because I didn't want to be out of it. I will never forget that. It is a really great cleanser. I love balm cleansers now. They're always my first cleanse.
About either. I mean, if we're being honest, I didn't have any kind of skin cleansing routine until like a year and a half ago, maybe. That my bets of 4 years of not taking care of my skin coming out to wish me well. But I will never turn back. I will never turn back. I love that I get a pretty nice hefty discount on them because I can go estheticians and you guys are amazing. And I think that practice visit and not walk out because they'll crack my back so bad.
I think the rest of this video is just me. Yeah, the rest of this video is just me talking about my skincare routine, how I didn't have one until literally starting to work at Ulta Beauty. I mean, before that, I didn't wash my face very often because I hardly ever wore makeup. I never wore makeup until 2017, and then 2017 to 2019, like, I don't break out. Or my best friend and I were just talking about that. That is so weird, but that is... Oh, what is this?
What were your favorites this month? What were your fails this month? I sure would love to hear from you in the comments.
Let's watch the bloopers.
Bye, guys. Hashtag not sponsored. Oh, how I wish. Rakuten sponsor me. Here we all are out here wishing that some makeup brand would sponsor us at some point in time. Thank you so much for continuing. Let's try that one again. That squeak was my chair, by the way. My bear skin ripping on the wood stool that I sat on because it's so freaking hot here. Oh, my gummy bears. How many gummy bears? Don't take the blue ones. Don't take this one. Okay. What is it?
Can you have that strawberry banana?
I don't know.
That's really good.
Oh, it's not great.
Yep.
It's his birthday. I need to get this done.
Oh, did I ignore my son's phone call? Did I say that it was his birthday? I think it was. June, July favorites. I would have been recording this in August. August 4th is his birthday. That's so funny. I'm so awful. But yeah. So that's it. I think that's all I have for you. This is way back when I was putting music at the end of my videos, and now they don't allow me to put music at the end of my videos because I'm monetized and they want to take all the money from me because I have 3 seconds of music at the end of my videos. And I said, no, thank you. I will just take the music out. So there's that. Yeah, so that's it. That was every 2019 Faves and Flops video that I had. How do you guys feel about it? I hope that we're able to get this like situation with picture in picture with me like doing commentary on it. Let me know if you guys like these videos. I sure am cringeworthy, am I not? Because if you like these kind of videos, the picture in picture commentary type, I might just go with you and watch my very first YouTube videos and laugh at me with you. That would be fun. I know that I've done this before, but it was very weird and wonky on how we were able to do it. I hope this one was better. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to it if you're willing and able and want to be a part of my YouTube fam. And until next time, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best that you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life. And until next time, bye, friends.